Hi, I'm Scott, and the purpose of this channel is to help me and you become a Renaissance person. And today we're going to talk about social media and specifically the impacts it has on our health. If you've watched any of my previous videos, you know that too much of social media can have negative long-term consequences to your health, and I'll link those below in the description. But today I'm going to talk about the top 5 things you can do to mitigate some of those impacts. The first, and most importantly, is probably just limiting the amount of time that you actually spend on social media. And if at all possible, try to go and schedule the times that you go and do it. Not only specifically the amount, the duration, but the actual time itself. You might want to go and do social media on a weekday, for example, between 5 and 7. And try to stick to that as much as possible. If you do that, you get less screen time, and less screen time is good. But before we begin, let's talk a little bit about what some of those consequences can be of using too much of social media. It can increase your stress levels, and stress levels can increase problems with your heart. It can go and cause you issues with possibly overeating, anxiety. There's a whole slew of things that stress can do to your body. Specifically, the adrenaline and cortisol that can build up in your system negatively impact your body. And you want to be able to go and release those and make sure that you don't get a buildup in the first place. Too much of social media can also go and cause depression, loneliness, and an increase of suicidal thoughts. So those are the reasons why you need to go and try to mitigate if you're experiencing any of those issues. Tip number 2 really aligns with tip number 1, and that is just keeping yourself in a balance. That's why you want to decrease the amount of screen time that you do for social media. But number 2 is mindfulness. If you practice mindful exercises, whether or not you have any specific issues that you're experiencing with social media or thoughts, negative thoughts because of social media, mindfulness can help you just think and focus and act with more clarity. It helps you keep down the stress hormones and can just make you a happier, healthier person overall. That's tip number 2. Tip number 3 is try to fight against the comparison trap. One of the issues with social media is comparing yourself to people who you may perceive as being more educated than you, or better looking, or more popular, or more successful in their careers. Things like comparisons only help if you're doing something along the lines of beneficial cooperation or competition. We can't compare ourselves to everybody. We have to be comfortable enough with ourselves and in our own skin. Tip number 4, connect with people in real life. The more we can complement our social media with actual human belonging and face-to-face interactions, the better we'll be socially and mentally. And tip number 5, take some breaks. If you're out on vacation, if you are at work, if you are at church, or if you just have some downtime and you just need a little respite, need a little mental vacation, don't answer your phone or social media or look at a screen for a couple of days and just see if that impacts your sleep and your health and your mood overall. If you're doing it for the first time though, a warning, it may be you might get a little antsy because you're so used to having that device or object that you are constantly looking at. So if you don't do it for a period of time, it might be hard. There is an addictive element to social media and screen time. So work your way up to it. Don't avoid social media completely for a week without ever having, stopped doing it for a day or two first. And that's really it. If you can follow those top 5 tips, you should be on your way to getting a better balance with social media. Let me know what your thoughts are below in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. Take care. Thanks for watching.